Mistress Clarissa Shields and Pap are trying to desperately deflect from that flop trip in Canada, you guys. We got to get into it. Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. So, today we are talking Clarissa Shields, surprise, surprise, aka Pap's mistress, aka Pap's entanglement, aka Pap's pick me, aka Pap's side chick, or as Chris Cyborg would say, it is duck hunting season. So today, you guys, Clarissa Shields and Pap are back at it, you know what I'm saying? Because they're upset. I know they're upset for a multitude of reasons. I know they saw that PR roll out for Alicia Baumgartner's announcement for her upcoming fight, and we got to talk about that in another video, because that is how a promotional company is supposed to run. Clarissa, you're not supposed to be the one in charge of all of the promotion. The promotional company that you were with is supposed to. And since you have Salida Promotions and Win Records, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be rolling out the red carpet for you. Instead, you had to do all of the lead work. You had to do all of the crash out live streams. You had to do all the trigger fingers tweeting and all of this and all of that just to bring eyeballs to you, right? And so what has happened is there's a new sheriff in town. There's new attention on the upcoming fights that MVP Promotions has, and we just had Amanda Serrano get her 50th win and everything else, right? Everything's moving smoothly over at MVP Promotions. Over at Clarissa and Pap Promotions, over at Clarissa and Pap headquarters, you guys, it's giving no business. It's giving no business, no shmoney, no opportunities. So they have nothing but time right now to sit back and see what everybody's got to say about that. It's giving jobless behavior. It is giving unemployed behavior, you guys. As you guys know, Clarissa and Pap are upset that nobody is talking about Clarissa's fight against Kay Scott. But they're talking about everything else but the fight. They're upset that Clarissa does not feel celebrated and validated. Meanwhile, in response, Pap decides to post more high-quality photos that features Lotto. Because he was trying to incognito when he was checking out, you know what I'm saying, 21 Savage's mistress. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to keep that on the low. But he was mesmerized, and he was trying to keep it together. But a married man with a wandering eye is always going to do what? Keep wandering, Clarissa. Which is why you are desperately trying to hold on to this married man, even though you know deep down the honeymoon phase is over. This is not better off than what you thought you were going to get with Remy Ma's leftovers. And Neil, y'all want to see what everybody's got to say about y'all so y'all can rage bait. And once again, come for content creators, right? And we're going to get to your response in a minute, right? So ultimately, nobody is saying, real positive things about the fight. You try to bring out celebrity friends to give their reviews, but even their reviews didn't do what you were expecting it to do. Then ultimately as well, you go on another press tour. I see you've got other interviews that you're doing as well. In addition to, I know you did Ricky Smiley. I know you got other stuff that you did. But the people don't care because you say the same thing in every interview. You say the same thing in every interview, and the only thing that ever goes viral is when you discuss a married man. So you got that happening, right? Then you have that embarrassing live where Pap let it be known that he wasn't effing with you. He wasn't effing with you, and he's not going to respond to your questions as long as you got a camera in front of his face. Got that happening, right? You got Topanga, who was in ATL, who pulled up in ATL, and y'all quickly got on the first thing cooking out to Canada for a performance in which the crowd was DEAD. They were talking amongst themselves. They did not know the words. You didn't know the words either, Mistress Claressa. As much time as you spend with this married man, you did not. You should know the words inside and out, because you should be his biggest supporter, his biggest fan at this point. But you're not even listening to his music like that. Y'all had to throw out T-shirts to try to get something out of that crowd, is how DEAD the crowd was. And then, like I said, it looked like the accommodations were not accommodating. Because y'all weren't showing off the hotel that y'all stayed in Canada. I know, I peeped that. Y'all were not doing a full room tour like what Claressa was doing in Aruba and all the things. Because it was giving low-end hotel. It was given, it wasn't in the budget for the hotel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So ultimately, it was a quick flight in, a quick flight out. And now y'all are back to full-time stalking the other female boxers. And what they're saying is they've got upcoming fights to promote. They've got upcoming fights to do press for. You want to insert yourself in that. You want to try to drag Amanda Serrano and Chris Cyborg for winning their fights. And ultimately, you are concerned, once again, about the content creators. Now, I had seen the clip, you guys. I'm just going to kind of set up what happened. So, content creator Two Tone and somebody else, I'm not familiar with the other content creator that was going back and forth, or whatever the case may be. But from my impression, my takeaway, the only comment in the clip that Two Tone said was at the very beginning of something along the lines on whether or not Pap was DICKING Claressa Shields Dion or not, right? But the gentleman that was calling him out kept saying the D word, kept accusing Two Tone of being GAY, and it was weird because I'm like, this was giving me deja vu. This was giving me deja vu when Pap responded to 50 Cent. 50 Cent did an AI video that correctly assessed what this entanglement really is with Pap and Claressa, and it struck a nerve. So what Pap did in response is the same thing that this gentleman did that went after Two Tone, and that was make GAY allegations. Question the sexuality. So I guess if you disagree with somebody's opinion, you are now questioned about your sexuality. Make it make sense. So it was Pap that was posting all those AI videos of 50 Cent superimposed as a girl. And it seems that Pap is obsessed with 50 Cent anytime he says, get the strap, that you automatically take it to somewhere else. And even in the post that we're going to get to from Pap is talking about some hashtag pause. No. Why are y'all so obsessed with what content creators have to say about y'all, but in the same token, y'all claim that y'all don't pay attention to what the people say? You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Now, I'm sure Two Tone is going to go in on y'all for having the audacity, for continuing, you know what I'm saying, to try to call out these various content creators and do all this foolishness. He's going to pack y'all up and everything else, right? It's not about that. It's about the fact that y'all attention seeking and unemployed behavior is at the point that you guys are trying to gag at something that was not gag worthy. So we're going to get into what Claressa had to say, and then we're going to get into what married man Pap had to say. Claressa has quoted this video twice. has quoted this video twice. So the first time she quotes it says, "Thank you," in all caps, because this dude's hate is getting beyond with several exclamation points. Then a few hours later, Claressa quotes the video again, posted by another account, and says, "4 laughing emojis, and this is supposed to be a boxing channel. This man two-tone love talking about Pap's eggplant, which AKA is DICK, and about my cat. It is crazy." Then we gotta go to Broke Fi Broke Pap's page, right? Because he, of course, always has something to say, even though the people do not ask for it. So he says, "Hey, yo, these internet gossip ninjas are becoming more weird by the day. With 2 hands over face emojis, what's going on here? Glad homie checked this dude, #pause, shaking my head." Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Are we just going to skip over the chapters where it's Claressa that goes on all these interviews and wants to blast out her SEX life with a married man? Are we just going to forget all of that? Where she got up in front of married men and Charlemagne and DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club and was walking around showing off her body and doing poses for them to basically say that because she's younger and wanted to talk about her cat and everything else, that is why a married man is entertaining her? And went on Angela Yee and said that she was not ready to go on lip service, but basically said that to keep a man, and especially a married man, all you got to do is slob on the knob like corn on the cob. No. It was Claressa who goes on several live streams that wants to talk about her cat. That wants to talk about her cat and wants to talk about what her and a married man and Pap do in the bedroom. So if that is what you want to do, any content creator has the right, has the agency to give commentary on it. Because you decided you no longer want to be known as a female boxer. You want to be known for what is going on with your cat and why you are with a married man. And you did the same thing on Cam Newton. You did the same thing on all of these platforms. Going on Ricky Smiley to brag about the fact that you are tweeting about having sex with a married man after your 6-week sex ban is over after your fight. And begging that you are having unprotected sex with a married man that you have no clue if you're the only mistress, the only side chick he's dealing with that could also be subjected to some other things by having continuous unprotected sex with a married man, begging out here like Key Sweat to be pregnant. And then want to get in front of Gary with the T and say, "Oh no, I still got fights to do. I was just tweeting that." So please miss me with this fake outrage. Please miss me with the foolishness. You guys stopped making it about boxing a very long time ago. You didn't want to be discussed as a boxer. You didn't want to be discussed about what your life story film was really about. You were so mad at Remy Ma, y'all missed the bigger picture. Y'all were so mad at Pap's wife exposing y'all missed the bigger picture. The right thing to do would have been to shut up and stay quiet and stay silent and continue promoting your boxing career. Pay it dust. But instead, y'all saw it as an opportunity to become famous. And by famous, I mean being in the shade room every day famous. Being in the urban blogs every day famous for all of the wrong reasons. Being on all of the hip-hop related podcasts and TV shows and radio stations for all the wrong reasons, because you know they're not going to really press you about no boxing. They're not going to press you about the opponents that you had, or, you know, the history of some of the belts and things that you've obtained and all this and all of that. They don't care. All they see is undefeated, and they're going to gas you up. They're going to hype you up. But that's not what this is about. Y'all are upset that platforms that are getting views, that are getting attention, that are going viral, all of the things, all of the sort, for dragging this nonsense that y'all continue to throw in our faces, is not being well received. And y'all want to do everything else. Y'all got time for all these content creators. Y'all got time to respond to everything. But Pap, where's that finalized? Why can't the divorce be finalized? Where's the finalized divorce decree? You know what I'm saying? Why do you not want to break free from your wife? Why are you asking your wife for half of her earnings? Why are you sending your wife a cease and desist? If this is true love, if this is golden love that's turned green, if this is fireproof love that's been extinguished, why are you still legally married to Remy Ma? Why? You know what I'm saying? This is really the elephant in the room. But it feels like y'all know that, and y'all continue to do this madness because y'all want to keep yourselves tied forever to Remy Ma, which is insane to me. Absolutely insane. But ultimately, that is it for this video, you guys. I need y'all to do me the biggest favor. I need y'all to do y'all biggest one. And that is to hype the video. Hype the video, please. Hype the video like you've never hyped a video before in your life. There is that. That is it. That is all. It's todos es final. It's finito. It's the end of the road. It's the end of the line for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post the content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.